Hi, this is Yarrow. Thank you so much for watching my video. I just got back from James Schranko's Fast Web Formula 2 event, which was held in Sydney. Fantastic event, had a great time, met so many amazing people. The speakers were fantastic, and the attendees were also really good, which is quite unusual because usually I get to events where there's a lot of newbies in the audience, which is fine, but in this case, a lot of the people in the audience had successful businesses, so I had some great conversations with a lot of people. And a big shout out to all of you who came up to me and said you're a reader of my blog, which was really fantastic to meet you in person. Thanks to James for running the event, was really fantastic, and so many amazing speakers. John Carlton was in from the United States. Brian Johnson from Strategic Profits up in Florida was also in. He works with Rich Schefren. I'm a big fan of Rich. I've taken some of his programs, so really happy to meet Brian in person this time. Lots of great Aussies there. Ed Dale was there. My old friends Pete Williams and David Jennings were there. Too many people to mention. You know who you are. Great to see you all, and thanks everyone for putting on a great show. Really felt a lot of internet marketing love at that event, so I really enjoyed it. But I want to talk to you today about a tip, some advice, of course. What did I learn from this event? So I've got three concepts to really talk about briefly here, so let me jump straight to it. I was watching a lot of the presentations and talking to a lot of people, and I noticed there seems to be three different areas that people focus on when they're talking about their business or teaching on the stage. The first thing, and this is by far the most common, are, you might call them techniques. I like to call them tricks. These are things you do on the internet to get a result, whether it's get some traffic, make some money. They're usually very much based on like a how-to type step. Do this, then you get this. Things like a technique to use with Facebook or to make money or generate leads or grow traffic, maybe with Dig or StumbleUpon, any kind of social media. Things to do with WordPress hacks, plugins, scripts you can get to help syndicate your content, marketing techniques using different types of pay-per-click or search engine optimization, and even hacks with your technology. Like Ed Dale is a huge proponent of Mac products, and of course he's always raving about the iPad and his iPhone, and showed a few things you can do with those tools. So those are the kind of presentations you get a lot of at events, and I know a lot of people really enjoy those hacks, those tips and tricks, and the things that get real results. I often find that's probably the area where I get most overwhelmed, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me. If you're given hundreds of different techniques, you just can't do them all, and you can't even comprehend them all, let alone take them back home and run them in your own business. So hopefully you can get one or two, but a lot of them you just have to write down for future or forget about them altogether for the time being. But still, great content, and you can't complain about that. The next level is basically processes, which really are a collection of techniques that go together to get a result. So I really like this style of teaching, this style of presentation. Brian Johnson did a presentation which is very much showing the process they have set up in their business, where they use webinars and automatic email autoresponders to sell their online courses from people like Jay Abraham and Rich Schefren, and also Brian Tracy is one of their clients as well. So Brian Johnson showed us a few of the maps that take you through the process. They send an email once you join this list, and then if you get on the webinar, you get this email. If you don't go on the webinar, you get this email. And it all happens automatically. That's a great, education for those of us out there who haven't really created a process that is profitable and automated, which is something that the Strategic Profits team do really well. They really optimize their methods, and then when they know they can spend $1 in terms of getting traffic into their process and spit out $2 at the other end in profit per lead, then it's just a case of getting as much quality traffic as they can. So I like processes. I really like learning about automation of processes. So Brian's presentation was fantastic. So those are two types. You've got techniques and then processes. And then there's the more strategic style of teaching, which is really a case of just talking about the psychology of your customers, why you do things in the first place, why are you choosing a business model, why are you choosing to go on the internet, why are you building a certain type of website. It's the motivation behind the processes and the techniques. It's so to put together the concept of a business, basically. I love strategies as well. I write a lot about strategy on my blog. I do a lot of videos about strategy. So, and I'm sure you can see there's a progression here. You've got a strategy which is composed of processes which are composed of techniques, and that goes together to form a business. So lots of presentations on these three areas. One of the things though I found is I very rarely noticed one person or one company that did all three things well. They had a sound strategy, well optimized and automated processes, and they're making use of lots of really powerful techniques, and are they capable of taking on new techniques and implementing them straight away. You know, I'm personally not. I know I can come up with good strategies and set up processes and learn techniques, but I discard a lot of things, and that's a good thing. Obviously you can't do everything, but I also don't do a lot of things I should do simply because of a lack of resources. So I didn't speak to really, I don't know, maybe the Strategic Profits guys. They're definitely using, you know, great systems. They have a great strategy, a great business. You know, it's a, you know, 8-figure business. But very few of the people there I noticed were capable of doing all three. And I think to me, that's the sign of a truly successful business, is when you can really implement techniques as soon as you learn them to get a result, plug them into your processes to automate and make money from them, and it all fits within the strategy that you're cemented and you know really works well. So that was really the key. And really my tip here, my advice is you should be working towards a seamless integration of these three elements, getting a sound strategy, which is then executed in these fantastic processes which you automate, which are made up of proven and tested and executable techniques, or tricks as you might call them, to make your business work. So that to me was the biggest lesson. I love speaking to all the people there, but very few, including myself, were actually doing everything right. And I think that's the goal here as an internet marketer, is to get closer and closer to doing all these three elements right. And that's when we'll have a truly big business that's very profitable, very hands-off, and just, you know, cutting edge, really doing better than most other businesses out there. That's how you beat the marketplace. So that's my tip. Again, thank you to everyone I met at the event, and of course James and your team for putting on such a wonderful event. Had a great time, and I hope to make it to another event in the near future. If you want to grab more videos like this, you can head to my Yaro.tv YouTube channel, or you can visit my blog, which is at entrepreneurs-journey.com, or you Google my name, Yaro, Y-A-R-O, and you'll find all my articles, podcasts, and videos available there. Thanks so much again for watching this video, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye-bye.